Good afternoon. Thanks to all of you for inviting me to participate in this important side event that aims to promote a constructive debate and visualize together the challenges that the effective implementation of the Arms Trade Treaty still faces and the urgency of doing what is necessary to stop gender-based violence. As we are aware, the aspects of gender and gender-based violence need to be included in the strategic approach to weapons control, as well as the aspects of weapons to be included in the framework of gender equality and violence against women and girls, both in multilateral discussions and at the implementation level. The Feminist Foreign Policy representation of Argentina, together with other government agencies and civil society organizations, have been working on incorporating the civil disarmament and arms control as a priority in itself, understanding at the same time that this is a key strategy in order to contribute to the eradication and prevention of gender-based violence. The available data in LAC show that firearms misuse affects the lives of people differently, especially endangering the lives of women and girls in the context of domestic violence and intimate partnered violence. The 2022 annual reports from the National Registry of Femicides of the Supreme Court of Argentina reports 226 direct victims of femicides. 1 in 4 were committed using firearms, 76% in the context of domestic violence. In addition, the statistics of our country suggest that women are not the user or buyers of firearms, but they do suffer their consequences. It is true that national public policies that promote an effective arms control and guarantee a transparent registration of the destination of weapons and who carries them have a different and direct impact on the prevention of gender-based violence. However, due to the multiform and cross-border nature of the arms trade, international cooperation is key to enable states to effectively implement their policies. That is why weapons governance issues such as arms control must be a joint effort, a call to dialogue, and a common commitment translated into action. To this end, Argentina has actively participated in the Arms Trade Treaty from the very beginning and is committed to the effective implementation of the Program of Action to prevent, combat, and eradicate the illicit trade in small arms and light weapons in all its aspects. Argentina welcomes that the Arms Trade Treaty recognizes in its preamble that the vast majority of people affected by armed conflict and violence are civilians, especially women and children. Also, we fully support the vision of Article 7.4 that highlights the negative impact of illicit arms trade and calls on states to address the link between the international transfer of conventional weapons decisions and the risk of serious acts of violence against women and children. We do understand that the commitments assumed by the international community when adopting the Arms Trade Treaty have to be interlinked with other UN mandates, such as the 2030 Agenda, particularly SDG 16 and 5, Security Council resolutions on women, peace and security, and related human rights instruments. In that sense, Argentina has explicitly incorporated in their first and second national plan of action for the implementation of the Security Council 1325 resolution the mandate of Article 7.4 and Action 3.14 that promotes the incorporation of the gender variable in the analysis of application for export licenses. Let me briefly comment on the Guide of Good Practices in Arms Control for the Prevention of Gender-Based Violence, an Argentine initiative. We believe that this guide would be a starting point for states parties to count with effective tools for carrying out a comprehensive risk assessment when considering whether to authorize their export. The first step to build this guide has been the elaboration of a questionnaire. This questionnaire, published by the Arms Trade Treaty Secretariat, was presented during the second preparatory meeting to be answered on a voluntary basis by member states. As you can imagine, these answers will be fundamental inputs for the aforementioned guide. On this occasion, we are very pleased to ask the Executive Director of ANMAC, Natasha Loisu, to share with us how to complete this questionnaire and promote a dialogue to identify opportunities and challenges, and hopefully agree on future steps to follow. Finally, it is fundamental to recognize that women play a key role in multiple initiatives aimed at reducing the illegal traffic and misuse of weapons around the world at local, national, and international levels. Nevertheless, while women's participation has positive effects, their involvement usually happens in an informal way, and women continue to be invisible or excluded from formal decision-making processes about peace and security issues. We are convinced that time is up to promote equitable women participation in all levels of arms control and civil disarmament processes, including informal as well as formal initiatives. Thank you very much for your kind attention.